This episode of the Black and White News brought to you by...
Biscuits, biscuits. Where'd you get them biscuits? Biscuits, biscuits.
I got 'em at Ron's. Happy Friday the 13th, America. And for those of you suffering from parascave-decatriophobia, your fears are unfounded. Historically, nothing ever goes wrong on Friday the 13th. Speaking of history, here's your historic update for this, the second week of February. Second week of February, 1933. In New York City, the Postal Telegraph Company introduces the first singing telegram. Goodbye, my baby. Goodbye, my honey. I'm walking out on you. I've been sleeping with Sue. That's right, your best friend, Sue. Second week of February, 1996. The IBM supercomputer Deep Blue defeats Garry Kasparov in chess for the first time. Hey, no, I did not rub it in when I won all those times. Oh, really? Well, what if I tell you I let you win, huh? I feel bad for you. All you do is sit here and play chess all day. What kind of pathetic life is that? Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I'm just upset, that's all. Let me buy you a cup of coffee, and then we play again, okay? Second week of February 2006. Then Vice President of the United States Dick Cheney shoots Harry Whittington in the face, neck, and upper torso while hunting quail. Whoa! Dick, you just shot Harry in the face! And that's what's new in history. Now, current events. President Barack Obama's stimulus package finally passes the House and Senate.
Arr and a high diddly-dee. Hibbert the pirate here, that's me. Coming to you from the filthy sewers underneath Wall Street.
What the hell was that? Was that a pirate?
I've got a sweet, sweet valentine for Mr. Barney Madoff, who as of today has yet to be thrown in jail. Barney Madoff, if you recall, was a Wall Street wizard who swindled Americans to the tune of $50 billion. That's more stolen money than all the crimes in the history of America combined. Bernie Madoff. This was a man who at one time was the chairman of the NASDAQ stock exchange. And if you don't know anything about the stock market, well, being chairman of the NASDAQ is pretty much as high up on the ladder as you can get. And people wonder why there's a financial problem in this country. Bernie Madoff. The man is as crooked as they come, and there are 1,000 more out there just like him. If there was ever a time to make an example out of a crook, now's the time. But what kind of example can we set? The law states that a maximum sentence for any white-collar crime is 20 years and only a $5 million fine. Do you think Bernie's buddies on Wall Street are shaking in their boots?
Well, I agree. He makes a good point. But we've got regulations here. This is the internet. You can't just broadcast yourself whenever you feel like it. Huh? Can you?
I don't care what the laws were. What say we change them now? Let's take it back to the good old days. Pirate law. If a man makes off with $100, let's chop off his hands so he can't steal again. If a man swindles $1 million, let's slice him up real nice and put his tongue, eyes, and ears on a bed of ice. Bernie Madoff. Tell me he don't look a shade or two like George Washington. A crying shame, says I. But if a man takes $1 billion, well then he's got it coming, see. Let's lop off his nose, so that when he walks down the street, everybody knows who not to trust. And before we're through, let's burn up his wifey, too. After all, she withdrew $15 million for herself, not but a day before he turned himself in. Burn her to the stake dressed in her $1 million minx, so that Bernie's last smell on earth is of her scorched stink.
Okay, he's crazy. Will somebody do something, please? Get that pirate off the air!
And then we'll send him on his way to the hangman. For the only solution to a crime of billions in capital is a little capital punishment. Wouldn't you say? Time to strike a little fear into the heart of Wall Street. America ain't gonna take it anymore, are we? Bernie Madoff. He made off with our billions, but we made off with his life. PR, don't you know? That's pirate relations for the betterment of the United States. Come on, Byrne. Time to stretch that spineless neck.
Well, that ought to do a number on our ratings. That's the news in black and white. Tune in next week, and hopefully that won't happen again.
Biscuits, biscuits. Where'd you get them biscuits? Biscuits, biscuits.
Dick, you just shot Harry in the face!